I blubberluch. Brumis juice, cafe latte, cafe maca. Coffee with condensed milk, with soy milk, with sugar, with sweetener or kamara. Karam blossom nectar, cheku tea, tanarb, dran, dralik, dreft, emskill, espresso, exo coffee.
Yeah, enough. An espresso, please. I just hope it's strong enough.
As strong as Terran health laws allow it to be. Cheers.
Okay, if this doesn't get him back on his feet, then I don't know what will.
Oh, man. I'm not feeling very well. Can't you help me?
Here, now, drink a nice cup of coffee.
Ugh, what the heck is that? That's not coffee. You want to poison me?
No, I wanted to wake you up, and it looks like it worked.
Okay, then. Thanks for waking me up. And now, what do you want? The boss? I only saw him very briefly today. He's got some very important appointment, strictly confidential. I don't really know anything about him as a person. Isn't that a remote control for model gliders? The energy is what's missing. If you ask me, give it that, and it should work again. Interesting. I've never seen this build before. It looks extraterrestrial, like a combat android. But tell me, where did you find this thing?
Perry Rhodan sent me to have someone examine it.
So, Perry Rhodan himself, huh? You think I'm a total idiot, don't you? Show me your ID card. Oh ho! One of the Dean's staff members in person. Don't think I'm going to be overcome with awe. So how's the flying coffin doing?
No idea. Haven't seen him today.
Whatever. Then let's take a look at that baby.
What in the world have you taken? One could believe that you're experimenting with new warfare agents.
No. I'll just take an anti-nausea pill and everything will be fine.
Your chip card, please. Well, look here. A visitor from the upper level. And to what do we owe this honor?
He has android material of an unidentifiable origin.
Which I also need to scan. He's clean too. Just traces of disintegration and whatever else he picked up during his accident. No explosives, no bugging devices, no drugs. You may pass.
There we are. You are currently in the most highly protected lab in the Academy. Everything here is highly confidential, but feel free to look around a bit. Robotics 2. My colleague works there. Perhaps you'll meet him somewhere along the way. So, this is the room where the prototypes are examined and the endurance tests are conducted. Durability, stability, positronic computing power, and so on. It's almost completely automated, standard routines.
And what happens here?
Whoa! You can't go in there! I mean, you can't just walk right in like that. That's the fuels and explosives department. The internal one, for our own developments. Applied research, so to speak. The guys who work there are freaks, but that lab is really well secured.
Okay, I understand. And how do I get to Mortal from here?
That's the transmitter which will take you directly to Martel's office. The Paternoster, we call it. Without his blessing, nobody can go up there or come down. That thing has an acoustic lock that reacts only to Martel's voice.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, the only way to see Martel is with a personal invitation from him. And where do these gateways lead to?
That's one of the 2 gateways to the main hangars. They're like big storage depots where we assemble large pieces of equipment and get them prepared for the field tests. It's all completely secure and absolutely sterile, and personally supervised by Martel himself. Welcome to my humble quarters. Make yourself at home while I take a look at your little friend here. But please don't take anything with you. And don't touch anything either.
Okay.
Right. Let's see what you want to tell me, little buddy. A small energy charger. Now don't tell me you colonial Terrans have never seen anything like that before. But seriously, if you need to recharge something, feel free.
Can I recharge this little device here?
Of course. And what is that, remote control? Do you build models?
Well, not exactly. Who would have guessed? Bully Leclerc can finally be operated by remote control.
Listen, I'm not making any progress here. It just doesn't make sense. I'll have to ask my colleague over there. He's an Ara, and has spent a lot of time working on Archon. Perhaps he can shed some light on all this.
Martel's employed an Ara here?
I know what you're thinking. Never trust an Ara. But Narkal is much more of a scientist than a businessman. And if you give an ordinary Ara a piece of an unknown life form, he'll do almost anything for you. That's exactly how it is with Narkal and robot components. I'll just go over to him for a moment. Wait here. And please, don't touch anything.
Well, great. What was the name of this part here? Voice duplicator? Only nerds come up with names like that. This box seems to be a handy size. A number of devices that mean absolutely nothing to me. A giant super drill. It's more like a weapon than a tool with those lasers. Perhaps that's what Martel wanted to talk to me about. It seems very strange that I know nothing whatsoever about this project. What did the assistant say? The experimental lab? It looks more like an assembly hangar for robots. This positronic controls the assembly arms in the experimental lab. If I could reprogram them, I might be able to distract both assistants and have a look around here without being disturbed. If I put this box in here, that'll give me the right height, and even a flat surface to scan things on. Perhaps scanning the Supran will give me some useful information. It looks as if the laser has already been able to decipher something.
What's going on here?
The information matrix has been changed.
What kind of code is that?
No idea. Looks like ancient Arcanide.
What? Look, can't you see? I've got other problems to deal with.
That's the scan of the robot head. If I understand correctly, it looks as though parts of its technology were produced here. Perhaps even in this lab. A chip card. Perhaps it's the iris. Now that's what I call a lucky coincidence. If I could just transfer his access data onto my ID card, I'd have full access to the labs. But who could I ask to do that? The robot head is fixed in this laser field. I can't just reach in there with my hand, and I'd have no idea how to get it out of there. But I'm sure that nice Mr. Huber will give it back to me later. Now, what do I need a big thing like that for? I'll just leave it there. Ah, it looks like they both thought this was some kind of known robot build. Interesting. A list of all the robot builds known to exist in the Milky Way. I'll just download a copy of that for myself.
Uh-huh. So here you are. What are you doing in my lab?
Well, I didn't want to disturb you, so...
Could you please get this noisy nuisance out of here, fast? I want to get on with my work.
Listen, pal, I'm fed up with you. Rhodan's emissary or not, if you think you can pull a stunt in my laboratory, you're wrong. Good day to you.
Well, great. That lab assistant actually kicked me out. I was so close, and now I have to come up with some new way to get to Mortal.
Hello, Perry. You're finally here. The alien's expecting you.
Laszlo who?
Daikunu or Daikonu or something.
Should that name ring a bell?
I don't know, but he recognized the robot as being our technology.
Most unfortunate.
And he had something scanned here that certainly appeared to be made of Supran.
Supran?
Yes, but unfortunately our scanners are still too inaccurate to be able to penetrate the material properly.
How does a nobody like this Daikonu get his hands on Supran and the robot head?
He says Perry Rhodan sent him.
So it's Rhodan. He mustn't get in our way now. Not when we're this close to our goal. We now know where the key is.
The key? Finally. How do you know?
Miss Diamond back there was finally kind enough to cooperate. I've already sent Takio to get the key. Once we've got it, we can finally get going. You should get out of here. I'll need you for the preparations.
But what about Rhodan?
Where is he now?
Nobody knows. He seems to have disappeared without a trace.
Then we'll make sure it stays that way. Rhodan must disappear. Forever.
And the robot head?
That too.
The core of the Academy, Dalian's high-powered computer, Cicero. All the information available in the Milky Way is collated here.
Well, well, well. The Regent himself. What a rare surprise.
Hello, Malcolm. I'm sorry for having to bother you, but it's...
Very urgent, I know. Mondra's gone, and now you come here disguised as Laszlo, whoever, just to make things difficult for me. Unfortunately, I cannot grant you asylum, Immortal. My coffin is only big enough for my brain.
I thought your new role would take your mind off your constant self-pity.
Redirect my thoughts, you mean, because they're drowning me in work. So make it short. Since you've been here at the Academy, I've also been dealing with an obnoxious hacker who's been trying to get his hands on your data.